Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's finally happening. I tried to do this last semester and it didn't work out, but here I am and I have come prepared. Yeah, okay, so hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie Dizon if you don't know who I am. Today I'm going to be doing a mukbang I'm going to be doing a mukbang and talking about my sophomore year of college. Oh my gosh. I think this is totally insane I think it's just totally insane that I'm done with my sophomore year. I didn't like that. That means I'm halfway done with college. I'm sitting down today doing a mukbang, and I was going to try and get some fast food, and I thought that's not an accurate depiction of myself, who I am. So I have baked about a pound of pasta, and I have my favorite toppings: cheese. I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. Ketchup. Butter. I got some, they didn't have my favorite sauce, but I got some vodka sauce. Alcoholic free, I think. And then, well, it has to be because I don't need ID. And then grated Parmesan cheese, which is my favorite topping. So let me serve myself a bowl of this and we can get started. I think I'm just gonna drink this Diet Pepsi, my favorite drink in the world. Straight out the handle. Most people drink alcohol. I drink Diet Pepsi. That is so good. I like my... Okay, so anyway, I attempted filming this video I sat down, I think 2 days ago. So if you don't know the timeline, it's May 10th right now, which means it's my last day of school, and I took my last final at 8 a.m. this morning. I sat down a few days ago to try and film this video because I was like, and then I could edit it Friday night and then post it on Saturday. Fine, I tried. So I sat down, I got ready, got all the things out. I did all the things to prepare. I wasn't going to do a mukbang. I decided to do that driving home. And I could not remember anything about the sophomore year. I couldn't remember what started. I didn't have any train of thought. And I was just like, this is kind of embarrassing because this is my life and I can't remember it. And it's only been less than a year. So I put the camera up, started studying, and here we are today doing a mukbang. So I looked through my vlogs, which was a really eerie feeling because I don't usually watch my vlogs because that's just not my favorite activity to do. I took notes, so we can just start at the beginning of my sophomore year. Okay, so I came into college coming from a 9-week discipleship program. I might sit down and do a separate video on that because honestly it's just so complicated to talk about just casually. I can't explain it. I basically came from that, and I had a retreat at the very beginning with all the people who went to that project, plus people who had gone to the project previous years, if that makes sense. And then I moved into this beautiful apartment. I love my apartment so much. I think it is a game changer. I do think it isolates you so much more than you would expect, because I did find myself home alone a lot during the year. And it's kind of sad because Sophie loves to go home, which I get that. But it was just the first few months were just so lonely. And I realized this year, sitting here thinking about last year, I've become such an introvert because me being in my room alone is my favorite thing to do. And I realized I have not had a bite of my pasta yet. So let's do that really fast. After the retreat, I moved into Callaway. That was really good. I started the year super duper lonely. But I realized that was fine. So I joined a sorority. Last year, if you know me, I went through a really hard time during rush and ended up with a house that I wasn't really in love with. So I dropped because that was just too much of a commitment for me for something I didn't want to give 150% of myself to, and a lot of money as well. So I dropped, and that meant that I couldn't join another sorority for another year. And so basically when I got back to school, it was I was eligible to join a house. So I did a continuous open bidding thing. And if you want me to do a rush experience video, comment below. I'll do that in the most neutral way that I can possibly do it. I got a bid from AOPI. Alpha Omicron Pi, if you're not familiar with it, and I joined. And that was amazing for me because I was home alone a lot, but having AOPI gave me a lot of activities to go and do, so I wasn't always home alone. Plus, my best friend Hallie is also in AOPI, so I would get to go to the house, and there would be someone that I knew there. So it was just really good. And I also still have my friends from Kalea that I would hang out with, but I really hung out a lot with AOPIs. Well, the first semester in particular, I hung out a lot with people in AOPI. After I joined AOPI, it's around football season, and we had OU Texas. That was so much fun. I went with my friends Lindsay, Hallie, and myself, and then Lindsay's big sis, like in sorority, Danny. So we all stayed in a hotel room, and we went to OU Texas, which was really unfortunate because we lost. But we beat them in the Big 12 championship, so really won. And then after that was my birthday. I turned 20 this year, which was not this year, no, last year. It was a good birthday though. It was the first birthday that I actually wasn't home on my actual physical birthday. And it was also a lot of fun. I guess it was the most low-key birthday I think I've had in a long time. And this year I went home for like the weekend before. So it was like a 3-day weekend. And then I came home on Monday when my birthday actually was. My birthday was actually on Monday. So then I celebrated with my friends in Norman. The next thing that I want to talk that happened was, so my friend Celine, which was Sophie's roommate from last year, she lives lives in the building across from us. We were in the same geography class last semester. I really don't even remember all the classes I was in last semester, and that's probably not the best. But so we went on a geography field trip, and that was kind of fun. It was hilarious. We needed to go look at rocks or something up in the Wichita Mountains of Oklahoma. So we got up super duper early, drove all the way over there, looked at a lot of rocks, looked at a lot of nature. It was really pretty. And then we came back. Good weekend. I didn't see any buffalo though. I really wanted to see buffalo. It's okay. I'm okay. Or bison. Bison? Ooh, the next big event was Dad's Day. If you don't know, Dad's Day weekend is like a weekend that most children's parents and dads or father figures come down to OU, and basically there's a football game and you get to hang out, and like sororities have events for them. And so my dad was actually traveling. I think he was in either India or Amsterdam, somewhere over there. And we thought that he wasn't going to make it back. He was supposed to originally fly in on Thursday, and he had to meet with one of his bosses. So the meeting was pushed to the day, like he was supposed to fly out. So I was like, don't bother, but don't rush it. I don't want you to have to rush straight from your meeting to come over here and see me. And so I was like, yeah, you don't have to come. And that was that. And then 2 hours later, I was really upset because I was like, I really want my dad here. And I was like, I can't believe he's not coming. And then I realized I should just tell him I want him to come. So I called my dad, and he was like, I need to go to the meeting still. And I was like, that's totally fine. We could just do our own thing. Okay, so he flew in Saturday night, and then we hung out on Saturday, and then we flew home because I skipped my Tuesday class, I think, or something. I skipped 2 classes and took an early Thanksgiving break because it just bled into Thanksgiving break. So that was really good. We had Thanksgiving break, and then we had our first date party with AOPI. I took one of my friends, Mitchell, and it was our semi-formal. So it was semi-nice clothes, and it was fancy clothes, and what are those? So basically it was wear nice clothes and shoes, and that was really super duper fun. It's always nice for me to get dressed sometimes. Not dressed, but dressed up, like a girl. I'm in Victoria's Secret fashion show. I was so excited. One thing that I really liked doing my first semester sophomore year was hosting little parties. So I had a little get together for the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and I was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna bake sugar cookies, and we're gonna paint angels, and I ended up burning the sugar cookies. And that's just something that I'll remember forever. Next thing that happened was winter break. I don't really remember what happened winter break. I just feel like it was super uneventful. And then I came back, and there was SMC. So SMC is a 3-day conference. I can just talk about STUMO and Kaleo in a different video because it's a lot of different stuff. But it's basically a 3-day Christian conference in Oklahoma City where a lot of colleges join and hear about a lot of different things. And it's a really good way to start off your year on a good spiritual note. And that really did start me off on a good spiritual. Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest, I've been editing this vlog, and not vlog, video, but I am getting so bored of it. Like, cool, you had a very normal sophomore year. So I'm just basically gonna wrap it up really fast because I really don't want to edit 30 more minutes of this kind of boring sit down. Backstory to this is I was home alone for like the next 4 days because it was after school got out, and I basically just was talking to the camera instead of like talking to normal people. Basically after SMC, which I didn't mention, but it snowed a lot in Oklahoma City. You should definitely go check out that vlog because it is one of the most magical things I've ever seen. After that, I ran for a position at AOPI, and I got historian, which basically means I'm in charge of taking care of the physical copies of pictures at AOPI, the house. And then I am also VPC assistant, so I help the girl who runs the Instagram and communication in AOPI. I help her, I'm her assistant. I started taking more pictures, getting more, not more serious, but having more fun and like going to take pictures places for my Instagram, which some people may think it's superficial, but I literally just have the best time posing and trying to figure out which pictures would look good in my aesthetic. It's really a hobby for me. After that was Valentine's Day. I did an Ulta haul, so I basically went to Ulta to get one thing, and I ended up getting myself all these things and showing myself self-love, which I really normally do because I love shopping. But anyway, then I uploaded this video called Feeling Bleh, and it basically was just about how I felt like I wasn't really doing anything. And I agree with that. I feel like sophomore year was me adjusting to the growth that I had experienced during my freshman year. I did a lot of growing individually, spiritually, with friendships, and I feel like sophomore year was me trying to figure out what I was going to do with that growth and kind of what I wanted to do. And I felt like a lot of it was just kind of going through the motions. And there was a long break between SMC and the time I got to go home for spring break. It was like 10 weeks where I was just in Norman and wasn't really going anywhere because I was so busy schedule wise, and I just felt like I was literally losing my mind and I needed to like have a break. So over spring break, my mom and I went on a spa trip, and that really just allowed me to get my mind back together. And during that time I got into houseplants because I said this in like when I sat down and like filmed the video, but I got really bored editing that, like I said. But basically I love plants, but I feel like more importantly plants are something where I can give energy to in like a time of monotony. I don't know. Whenever times are boring, it's something where I can like try and do this and try and like grow a new plant, try and propagate, and like it's like a small activity that doesn't require too much action, but really just gives me something to do, if that makes sense. I can not explain it, so whatever, it doesn't matter. Basically plants give me something to do whenever I'm bored, and I love them, and they really are my friends. So then I went to my first escape room and we lost. I started loving Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is amazing. I went there for the first time and they gave me free orange chicken, and I think that's the best marketing tactic because I'm always going to go back there. And we had Easter a few weeks ago, and then my classes. Okay, so my last semester, it was really fun class-wise because I really got to go into the first class that pertains to my actual major, and I loved it so much. I learned so much about video production and just how it is to be on a set and everything, and I just got my first glimpse into what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, and I loved it so much. And I'm really excited to continue my education in the fall. But it is summertime and this vlog is over. I literally was just sitting there for 40 minutes filming this video, and I just got so tired of editing it, and I didn't want to scrap it because I put a lot of work into sitting there and getting the food, but also I didn't want to have to edit anymore, so I just decided to do it Jamie style and wrap it on up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be trying to vlog my summer, and I will do that tomorrow. I'm gonna start filming tomorrow, and I hope you have a great summer. I hope you enjoyed. I already said that, and if you did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.
sorry for how big of a spaz I am, but it be what it be sometimes. Be what it be.